Hey,
Hi.
hi
Hi.
everyone.
Hello, hello. I'm so happy it's Friday. Although it's not my Friday at work, but it's still, we get to do this every Friday. So I'm very happy about that. Here we
Good to
again,
see
we have
you.
Dr. Whimsy in the house.
Good to be here. Good to be here. And how are you, Sheila?
I think I'm doing okay. I have lifted the suppressive feeling has gone away. I don't know if it's because we're starting to get more momentum of getting criminal charges against people who deserve to be, you know what I mean? The momentum is starting. I
Yes.
think that might have a lot to be lifting my spirits about. Like, hey, we're on track. We're getting there. Something's happening.
Well, it's the arc of justice, right? It
Yeah.
bends towards, history bends towards justice, right? We just have to be patient.
I totally agree. Everybody in the chat, if you want to go ahead and give shout outs to
I would
everybody in the
love to
chat,
do that. Let's go
thank
ahead
you.
and give gratitude to everybody who was kind enough to join us on the remote view today. Starting with Linda. Hi, Linda Sadova. Welcome. You're the first. Lynn Raymond is in the house. Hello, hello. Silver, welcome, welcome. Sly Sonia, welcome, and thank you for being a member. Delphi Love is in the house. Welcome, welcome, Ohio. Dove Girl is here. Good to see you. Sharon Sipe. Linda, we've already said hi to. Rose is in the house. We're going to go ahead and keep saying hi to everybody as we go along. Thank you to Melinda and Sly both for becoming members. Becca as well became a member, and Laura and Melinda as well. We always want to give special shout outs and gratitude to people who have decided to join the membership programs because we know that it's a commitment and we're always appreciative of that. So back to you, Sheila.
Thank you. Thank you. And I always want to give a shout out to Sharon Sipe. Man, as soon as I post it, this this girl is on it. She's in there. She's making sure that everybody that comes in says hello. Thank you, Debin. And I just want to tell her how much I appreciate that because I do notice I'm watching. It's just Sharon Sipe. She's the first one in. She says hello, everyone. So
We have some awesome fans. I'm very appreciative. Thank you, Deben, for that generous donation of $19.99. And thank you to Michelle Mabel for the lovely sticker and for the donation. Thank you.
yes.
Thank you. So
Uh,
how's the farming going? I'm out of control. I don't know about you. You're planting late this year, though. You're planting really
well,
late.
actually, I planted early, and I
Oh, really?
still, yeah, I have my tomato plants are up, my cucumbers are up, and my bell peppers are up. I also, I'm going crazy too because I started some new sprouts. I have a whole thing. I have a greenhouse. Oh my gosh. I keep on looking at all these plants. I'm like, I have no room. I'm gonna have
That's
to
what's happening
sacrifice
to me.
more of my backyard for my garden, which I really don't mind. But
You know what? It's gotten out of control with me. I bought an indoor greenhouse.
yay, good
Okay, yeah,
girl.
I'm talking out of control. I bought a bookshelf. And what you do is you put this thing over your bookshelf, and I've got those large bay windows, and I put it in front of the bay windows. And
Oh,
basically, all I have to do, my kitchen is here, my greenhouse is here, is walk into the greenhouse, cut some lettuce, and make my salad. It's awesome.
oh, you go,
So I
girl.
literally am growing my vegetables in a greenhouse next to the kitchen.
I am so happy for you.
Absolutely love it.
All right, so we have something really special. Where is your painting of Mila?
I do have a beautiful painting of Mila. It was painted by the amazing pet artist Earl Hefflinger.
Correct. And
Yes.
guess what I got?
Oh my God. You got one too?
I do. This is of
Is that also from Earl?
my raven. Yes, Earl did that, but his wife got involved in this
Linda.
one. And I actually met them yesterday and had lunch face to face with
Oh,
them.
lucky you. I've been wanting to do that for a long time now.
Come to Colorado, I'll hook you
I
up.
will come to Colorado.
It's like I know them personally now.
Oh, lucky.
So what she did also with the painting is she did a reading, and she gave me like a medicine bag to go over my, my neck and to wear it. It didn't show in the video, so that's the reason why I took it off and put it up. But they do requests. Now, here's the thing about that: it takes them a long time to get
Mhm.
this done, and it takes a long time for him to go painting. They do requests, and here's how to get a hold of them. But just remember, only the serious request for this, because only the serious inquire, because it does take a while, and just be prepared for that, like a month or two, or even maybe even longer. It depends on how many they do, for them to do that, because he really takes his time. I mean, this looks exactly like my raven.
So I have a question now. Linda gave you a medicine bag, and that's for you, or to help nurture the relationship you have with your pet, or what does the medicine bag do? Can you talk a little bit about that?
She gave me a little reading that I haven't been able to listen to because I couldn't get it going on my computer last night. So I haven't actually read the reading, but I do know that all the colors that are, while her husband was painting, all the colors, the greens, the purples, and all of that, are also represented in my medicine bag. She also was telling me that there's stuff in here, like from like a riverside, or from sand from here and sand from there. And she just kind of really took her time. She knows that you need one, so she's probably working on yours.
Oh, cool. I do need one. I have another quick question. Was Linda or Earl able to pick up any information? I know your dog just kind of found you. Your animals find you. You're always rescuing.
This is true.
Did you find out were they able to get any psychic impressions, or did you do a remote view to find out where the heck this dog came from?
Well,
she had a dog show up, and now it's family.
Well, actually, this is not the one that showed up. This is my Raven, who's been with me for over 6 years.
How did you get Raven?
Raven was from there were some homeless people sitting in front of my grocery store who the Raven was just dirty. My girls walked up on him and says, "This dog needs to be rescued from these homeless people," because she looked like she was just downright done. So we gave them money. We got Raven, and this is how Raven came to me. But the other one we haven't gotten a picture. So this is my dear Raven. She came to me as a puppy, and she latched onto me like crazy. I mean, she's. Have you ever had an animal that is so dedicated and just with you all the time? This is my Raven.
Mila.
Mila, yeah. So
and she always has to be here when we do a reading.
Correct.
But the thing with Mila is that she conks out. Like, she was up ready to go at 12 when I came and joined you, but then we took a while to start, and so she just fell asleep.
Oh, I'm going to put this up for a little bit longer for whoever wants to grab that information. But just remember, only the serious inquire to get this painting of their animal and a reading. I haven't been able to listen to her reading yet, so I'm so sorry about that. But I'm excited to do that. So here's the information. All right, so.
Hello, Denise LaForgia. Thank you for becoming a new member.
Okay, so now that we have showed off and bragged about our pictures, our paintings of our animals, what do we have for our hot topics in the view? I know I really want to turn it over because I know you've been working really hard at the remote view.
Yeah,
I've been getting just a little bit of pictures, a little bit of information.
I do the. You're not much of a sketch. You don't sketch when you remote view, do you?
I don't, and I have a hard time like writing the information down as well. I do my best work is real time and just telling you what I'm seeing immediately. That's where I do the best. Mm-hmm. So you're a doctor, right? So you've been through that high level of school to where you had to take notes and do all of that. Although I did that when I was in college, but I did most of mine through
you're tactile. I think we've talked about that. Very tactile. That's cool. Everybody's different. I would say most people are more like Sheila and less like me, but you know how I am.
By the way, you're beautiful. You're absolutely gorgeous. I'm telling you.
Thank you. You're very kind. Very kind. So I don't know if you've been following the whole raid on Giuliani, and now the remote view that we did with Justice Department William Barr, and It's kind of interesting to see how all the little pieces are starting to come together, because I always ask for permission from spirit before I go in and get information. But one of the things that I've noticed that's really funny, and I know the audience has noticed this too, because we joke about it, is called rushing the remote. And I know you do it too. It's when we get a really strong hit that something's about to break and we feel like and I like have to, and I like my hair is wet or whatnot, and I have to break the story because I know that I'm picking it up probably from a reporter or something. I'm thinking, damn, this is about to break. So it's kind of interesting that a whistleblower came through a couple of days ago from the Justice Department and basically said something's about to break regarding collaboration between members of Trump's defense team and Bill Barr. And then the Giuliani raid happened. What it felt to me when I went into the Giuliani raid was that what they really wanted was his insurance policy, the dirt he had on all these people that he was blackmailing. Well, did you look into that? Did you get that?
I keep on trying to look into that, and every time I go into that remote, it has to do with young women, and I go in and I don't want to look, and I back out. Now, it's like his insurance policy. It's like, remember, I don't know if everybody remember, but my Kipper cards kept on bringing up a small child with 45 constantly. And I think that may be his insurance card, that he knows somebody in a Ukraine.
From Epstein.
Yes.
Because of the 12-year-old girl that went to the Epstein party and claims that 45 tied her up and raped her.
Yeah,
so, but what people didn't know was that Epstein was filming everything. All that was filmed. As collateral.
That's kind of when I think
Prince Andrew most definitely have film footage on him because there were cameras in every room. So it looks to me like what happened and what we were getting with that is that it broke because the memo and the communication and the coordinating of the crime is about to be released by the judge. And it's the weird thing is it's up to the Justice Department under Merrick Garland whether or not they agree or if they're going to argue with the judge about releasing the memo. Yeah. So it just kind of tied everything together. So that was the first remote I did that I wanted to clarify. And that was this remote where I went back from the actual raid because I feel the energy from the raid, and then I try to find what motivated them to get there, and then I work backwards.
Yeah,
this is energetically how I do HCRV is I find the emotion and then I follow the emotion, and then when I'm digesting it and processing it, I then try to figure out, well, let me follow how we got here. And so that's why I go backwards. So the next remote I did, and this is going to be interesting for people, I was asked if I could look at the microwave attacks that happened in Cuba. And also there was a microwave attack that they detected in Washington, D.C. If I could go in as a remote viewer and try and figure out how these microwave attacks were happening. And it looks like what they're doing is they have some kind of black box machine that emanates microwaves, and you can turn it on remotely so that you're safe. And so what they're doing is they might leave it in a hotel room and then hook it up and direct the microwaves to somebody in the room next door, leave the room, turn on the machine, and then it's emitting microwaves, turn it off remotely, and then go back into the room. Then you can take the box and move to another location. So what it looks like happened in DC is that it was coming from a parked van. And what happened was they parked the van, and it looks like it went on for approximately a 7-minute attack. And the reason that they were doing that, it appears they were trying to see if they would be detected and what they could get away with. So they park the van, they direct the microwave attack just to see, that was a test to see if they could get detected and what they could get away with. Well, they were detected. But then what you do is they turn it off and then they move the van to another location. That's what I believe is going on. And the box is small enough that it can be moved, located likely in a vehicle, we are possibly looking for a black car or SUV, black tinted windows.
Great.
That's what I have for people on that. And I was happy to do that remote for people.
Great.
Did you get anything on microwave attacks?
I have not even looked into that. I know that I heard about it, and I remember all I see is the visual of it's like a microwave attack, and they're getting data. Have you ever like they want to see the shape, like each and every piece of the shape of the building is what I got, but that was all I got. So I haven't gone really deeply into it, and that's a good one to go into. So
Yeah, but I just saw a black box, like a
wow,
microwave, and you set it up in an area, and then you direct it, and then you turn it on. It's actually, when you think about it, not that hard to make. It's just
gosh,
literally like instead of closing your microwave, it's open and it's directed. Crazy. Anyway,
great.
that's what I got. Did you have any remote views that you wanted
I
to share? Or is that
no, yeah, I was pretty good on that. So, what I like to do is introduce our guests now.
yeah, we're ready to rock and roll here.
Yeah, so
Tell us about
everybody's
the
really
guest.
yeah, so everybody's expecting Lori. But what happened is, and without giving out too much, she texted me and she had kind of like injured her foot or something like that. And so her and Sheila have switched. So Lori will be on next week, and we have Sheila on today. So Sheila from Inquisitive Tarot. I want to introduce her. I watched her. She does a whole bunch of other collaborations with other people, and so I was really interested in her, and I would like to have her come on and let us know about her. So here she comes.
Happy Friday.
Hi. Hi, Sheila.
Hi. Hi. So, welcome for one.
I talked to Whimsy and Sheila.
And I just want you to kind of turn it over to you and let everybody know about a little bit about you. If you do personal readings, how to get a hold of you, all that good stuff. So go for it, hon.
Okay. Well, I'm new to YouTube, at least with the channel. I started in January. I'm not really a professional reader, as I'm not doing private readings right now or anything like that. I do readings on my channel. I will do, I guess, mini reads on Sundays. I like to do things where I pull stories out of the Washington Post or some current events and read on what's going on in the world, because it's kind of crazy right now. And there's lots to read on. But yeah, so I mean, I'm I've got tons of cards and I've been using them for years and years and years. But, with this huge collection, I needed to get on. And there's other spiritual reasons why I'm on YouTube. And I have a video that I just made a couple days ago that can tell you. But yeah, I'm joining a mediumship circle starting Sunday.
Oh, so you're going to be doing mediumship.
Well, it's not like I have a choice. So
Right. I get that.
I need to deal with it. So it's official. So I've been on some other shows talking about the ghosts and that I constantly have, and they've been interrupting my shows. And here I'm getting yelled at and weird things are happening again. And it's just really picked up. So I'm hoping to.
So you're getting yelled at by spirits trying to come in?
Yeah, they're trying to get my attention, and I'm sick and tired of getting touched all the time and putting a stop to that. There's a lot of stuff. I see the orbs and everything around here, but it's just kind of like, I need to deal with it. So I need to.
Welcome to our world. There's orbs flying all over the place here.
Yeah. I've been here for a long time.
So listen, do you ever pick up stuff about, say, your friends Sheila and Whimsy? Do you ever we're always looking for freebies here.
We are.
But let's just admit it. The real reason that we started this channel is because we want to get free readings.
There it is.
Well, once I get to that, because it's sort of like I get messages that, I have burning questions that I'm asking, and I'm saying, is this or that, and I'm actually getting the messages, and they're sounding different now that I've agreed to it, and I hear it like the voices sound like the voices instead of the whispers, which creep me out. So we're getting there.
The whispers, yes.
When it's not a conversation like I had before with it, but I'm gonna work on that. So. hopefully I can actually help some people. So.
Well, thank you, Terry. She's already posted your YouTube channel in the chat, so we're very appreciative of that.
Thank you.
There's so many people have already said she needs some clearing and she needs some grounding, and you have a lot of advice for you.
Yeah, I know. I'm working on the grounding, and I have to get busy.
Well, I think for a lot of professional mediums, empaths, it's like I know Sheila's gone through this. It's like you're a freaking radio, and sometimes you got to turn the damn radio off, particularly at night. How many people start hearing a radio in the background of people conversations? You start just getting random data. It's like, yeah,
Constantly.
so we got to consciously make an effort to turn it off so you can get some sleep, because the problem at night is that you're completely open. All the chakras are open. It's just like, and then you start getting all this sound and data, and people are having fights and arguments. It's like, I don't want to hear it.
Right.
But it's very common with psychics at night to have that happen.
Yeah.
I remember living in an apartment building way back when, probably 20 years ago, and trying to sleep. And I would get in like, oh, this couple came home fighting. This couple over here is doing stuff at night. You know what I mean? I would feel all of the feelings of everybody. I said, I have to get out of here. I cannot live in an apartment building. It was just too much. I remember that.
Yeah,
right.
Radio. It's almost like a radio wave for a lot of psychics.
It is very much so. And by the way, your necklace and your hair is absolutely gorgeous. You're gorgeous, anyways. But I love your necklace that you have on.
Are you talking with me?
Yeah, you. And you do have the best name ever. I don't know what that H is, but
it's Irish. It's the aspirated Gaelic. It's the H.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's probably actually how I got my name. My Sheila name was I wasn't named. I was a sixth child, so I wasn't named for like 3 days. Nobody knew what to do, and my sister hollered up. This is on Fort Carson. My sister the kids weren't allowed in back then because I'm that old. They weren't allowed in, so they were on the ground or on the lawn looking up, and my father was holding me up in the window, and my oldest sister yelled up, "Why don't we name her Sheila Ann?" and they're all like, "All right." That's how I got my name.
It's great. That's the best name.
I suppose so. It's like 3 days. Nobody is like, I was going to be called the youngest daughter. That's what I was going to be called.
Well, come on now. The youngest daughter was given to God traditionally. That's not so bad, right? If you were a poor family and had 3 daughters and you couldn't pay the dowry, you gave them to God. The church came and God, oh, don't worry, she'll make a very nice nun.
I would have been a horrible nun.
Off to the nunnery with you because you don't have a dowry. Off you go.
Oh my God, they would have been paying my father to take me back.
You would have certainly been a nun, but you would have been you would have been the fun nun.
I would have been the fun nun. I would have had all the priest involved. Oh my gosh, yes. All right.
Are we ready for some blitzes?
We are ready for some blitzes. And people keep on asking me how to say Celtic Tarot. Now, it has to be with a K. And I've had very people who love me tell me to make sure that it's always Celtic Tarot and not Celtic, because Celtic is our way of doing it. So it's always Celtic. So I just trying to clarify that. How do you say it? So it's Celtic Tarot. All right. And that was random. I know. Let's go.
All right. Well, on that random note, let's crack the deck and let's get this party started.
Let's do it.
We've got a ton of questions, and I promise we're going to get through them as fast as we can. We have to use the blitz. We're not going to be able to use your long form because we got like 20 questions. So blitz means lightning round. It means every reader has 3 to 5 minutes to respond. So let's do this lightning round.
Do these. I'm like quick and dirty, so this will be just fine.
Exactly.
Let's get this party started. First
on
question.
your mark.
On your mark, Cisco. This first question comes from Roxanne Dungero. Hello, Roxanne. Roxanne writes, I would like to know about the ERA. Will it finally be added to the Constitution? By the way, thank you, ladies, for mentioning the bags I sent you. You're very welcome. They're beautiful. All right, let's do it. Will the ERA be part of the Constitution?
Right.
Explain the ERA for those who do not know what the ERA is.
The Equal Rights Amendment, which guarantees the rights of all citizens regardless of sex, regardless of gender.
Okay. Sheila, if you already got yours, go for it.
All right. Well, I pulled a couple cards. I've got the Queen of Cups coming out first, and this is Our Lady. Our Lady, this is us. We really need to get in there. But unfortunately, there's sort of a burden right now with the 10 of Wands. Its deadline is already kind of passed, but maybe as more states ratify it. So there's more information coming in here with the Eight of Wands. So, maybe as more states do it. And then I've got the whatever this is, the 9 of Pentacles reversed. So this is usually culmination, but so it's in a way I'm looking at it like money starting to drop. So I don't know, maybe we need to get people behind who will support it, and maybe they're not right now. But then at the end, I've got the 3 of Cups. So this is a celebration card. So maybe in the future it will happen. So I'm hoping. So next.
Well, I can go. I think it's going to pass, and I think the cards are really, really excellent. You can see the first card is the Supreme Court, or the courts coming in. You can see victory in the courts with an Ace of Swords, which also, if you're looking at swords and you're trying to get a timeline, the Ace of Swords is my 1-year card. Swords are years. Within 1 year, we see victory in the courts.
Great.
You can see here a strong female presence. This is also can be a female lawyer or an academic she's wearing the cap of like a PhD. Torah means truth, right? To bear the light. So the light is born, and then the Ace of Pentacles. And that's the main issue, really, is the Ace of Pentacles, because you can't pay women 50 cents on every man's dollar, which is what got started, which the whole problem started with RBG and on account of her sex, because of equal pay, that was the underlining thing that drove it. And the fact that Ace of Pentacles is the outcome means that it will be resolved positively. You can see here also that we pulled double aces. So.
Very nice. Actually, all of my cards literally says the success and fulfillment. That was my first one, the success and fulfillment of the whole situation. And it also has success in this establishment. Now, I thought to myself, transition and surrender into doing what it needs. But the one big hit that I got with the most, because I was looking at my Ace of Pentacles, and it was that security in the Ace of Pentacles is what it kind of screamed at me, was that they're not only going to change it, they're also going to, nobody can change it for 50 years. Like once it's put in, they're going to put some really good foundation to it.
Yeah.
So
I'm thinking about this card now, because as you guys went, and I'm actually kind of looking at it a little bit differently now. I really feel like it kind of signifies the situation, is that, and here's our lady here, but reversed, the equal pay that isn't there. I just feel like it's now reflecting that to me, as opposed to the way I first saw. So it's sort of signifying that to me. So I don't know. So I hope so, though, because I got that.
Yeah, female power, 3 of Cups. Yeah, I mean, that was really the whole, discrimination, not getting pay, and very interesting. So yeah, it looks like headed in a positive direction, probably within a year, I would say, looking at those guys. All right, good question. Next question. Are we ready for the next question?
Yep. Yes. You're echoing. Somebody's echoing. Can anybody else hear the echo, or is it just me?
We're all echoing. All right.
I'm going to turn things down.
It comes and goes at StreamYard. It's not us. All right, this question comes from Lola Getz. Hi, Lola, and thank you for watching the show. Question is, what is Kevin McCarthy's deal? Is he one of the people who you saw being blackmailed? Is he one of the people we saw being blackmailed? Also, can we look at the weird roommate situation with Kevin McCarthy and another man? He's living with a lobbyist in a large mansion and only paying $1,500 a month.
All right, I'm looking at Kevin McCarthy overall here. All right, let's see.
All right.
What did you get?
Well, it just looks to me like he's being bribed. It doesn't look sexual. I mean, I thought, is it his boyfriend? Is it like a relationship? But that's not what I'm getting. This is about new beginnings, new opportunities to get money, right? There's the lobbyist paying to get what you want. Here's a 4 of Cups rejecting offers. And then 2 of Pentacles is the swindler's card, right? It's the grifter. So I think it's morally questionable that you should be living with a lobbyist who's doing favors for you so that you can push bills. That's what it looks like. I don't know what kind of lobbyist he is, but to have the outcome be the grifter's card doesn't look good to me.
So McCarthy is not married?
I believe he is married, isn't he? And then he also, you have to have 2 homes if you're a congressman, because you have to maintain a home in your state. So when he's in DC, that's where he stays.
Well, that makes a little sense. But it's, the person that he's with is the question. But that makes sense to, have those, to be rooming with somebody instead of having a full-on house. What did you get, Sheila?
All right. Yeah, mine are kind of weird, but all right, based on what we're reading on here. Okay, so the first card I'm getting is the 5 of Pentacles here. So this is, you're kind of out in the cold and you're looking for somewhere to be. I'm not sure. It's just weird. So we get the disappointment card too. So I guess with everything going on right now, maybe between, I don't think it's about Cheney, but get the Hermit also. So maybe it's keeping things secret. Now it was on, you're kind of talking about, the guy, and then what was the other half of the question? Because I think that she was asking. What was the second part?
What was the second half of that question, Whimsy?
Well, it's about Kevin McCarthy is basically living for $1,500 a month in a mansion with a lobbyist when he's living in DC. And of course, he maintains 2 homes, I would imagine, one in DC and then one with his wife. I don't know what state he's from. But the question is, what's the deal? Why is he there? Is he being blackmailed? Is he working for why is he only paying $1,500 a month to live in a mansion?
Well, yeah.
It looked to me like it was, like I said, the grifter's card was there and a 6 of Pentacles. He's being bribed.
Yeah. So I also have the Death card along with the Empress at the end. So it's kind of like, it's weird. Just, I don't know. These
not good.
Are like,
I think that there's a treasure trove of information that's going to come out about him.
Yeah. And we're starting off with the Pentacles over here. And then this disappointment. So I just feel like from here that there is something being hidden, because it's just the darkness of these cards just make me feel like. But there's America, so we're gonna find out what's going on. So that's how I believe it.
Well, what I got was the craftsmanship. figuring it out, trying to figure it out, trying to keep his party under control, trying to be the one. Also, I got the Page of Pentacles, the good news, the messages about money. So, this is the Republican Party. How do we get more money? How do we get more money? This is how we get more money. How do we get more money? This is how we get more money. This is the teaching. So we also have the Queen of Wands, which is that generosity. So it's like they have to create a reason for their base to donate to them. Like, you guys are doing this, you guys are doing that, or you're not doing this, you're not doing that, because I also got steady progress. So it's always a platform of that. However, I also got the Ace of Wands, which is that expanding the potential, which is what he's doing. We also have the constant effort for good income. But I also got the death, the end. It is the end of the whole process for them. I think we really have a trove of a whole bunch of information right now, that how McCarthy is acting right now, what he is doing, and how he's treating Liz Cheney and all that is the death of their party. This is the last, how can I put it? It's almost, this is their last resort. They're thinking that this is their last resort in order to get more money from their base and to keep their base with them. But what happened? Do you hear the feedback?
It's just the internet floated it.
They're saying they can't hear me. I turned up the volume, guys. I don't know if you
There
can hear
you
me
go.
now.
That's better.
Okay.
It says Sheila is echoing. So, anyways,
I just wanted to say with Sheila's cards, like, I don't want to read another person's cards, but I gotta say, like, the Empress to me is like a treasure trove of information when it gets leaked. And the fact that he's out in the cold with a 5 of Pentacles, he's been pressured to move out. He can't stay there. Death and transformation of the situation. But 5 of Pentacles, I think, is the perfect card for the situation, because I think he's in serious trouble, and I think he is going to have to leave. I don't think he can stay there.
Yeah, especially if you're with a lobbyist. That's not a good look.
Well, I don't think they really care that he's with the lobbyist. That's one thing is that I'm thinking that they're not even going to concentrate on that. The echoing is driving me crazy.
You're saying it's you, not me.
I don't know what else to do.
You can hear me better. I turned the microphone up.
It's always sound with me. I don't know. I don't know how to fix it.
It's feedback, but I don't know how we can stop the feedback.
How's that? Is that better?
Yep, it's gone.
Yeah. There you go.
I'll just have to yell because I know they're going to talk about.
Why don't you get one of these? They get rid of the feedback. They're only $35.
I got all the stuff I could get with microphones and all of that, and I can't get it to work. I have to bring I have to get a regular computer instead of my iPad. That's what I've been. That's my problem is, and I do have a great big old huge computer. I just I have to get downstairs, create another room, and do the. It's just I haven't got there yet.
All right. Well, you know what? By the time this show, what? My dream is that in another 5 years, we got 100,000 fans. All these problems are going to be taken care of. So, congratulations to you if you saw this show when we just gave birth to it. Because tonight, Sheila and I have talked, and we are taking this show as far as we can take it. So, we're going to get through this sound problem, and everything's going to be okay. Is everybody ready for the next question?
Yeah, I said Sheila's fine now, but you can barely hear me. How's that?
Okay.
No. And the show is great, you guys. I love your show. I always watch it.
Awesome. All right. So this question is coming from You Matter to Me, and You Matter to Us. Thank you for contributing your question. You matter to me. I know that timing is difficult when reading the energy in the cards, but can you tell if indictments for Giuliani Jr., he means DT Jr., and others are coming soon? So basically, he wants us to look at if we see Mueller and the indictments coming, and also want to see if Jared and Ivanka are going to be part of that.
Okay, one question at a time.
It's 2 questions.
Yeah.
They want to see. I saw 5 indictments last night. I did a remote view on Robert, but I'm still stunned that Robert Mueller's back. I mean, I have to be on oxygen. I can't believe this.
But he's not back as an employee. He's just back probably giving them
No,
the
I think he's
originals.
back, and I think he's helping. He's going to help with the grand jury. No, I think he's back.
Oh, like being
I
paid
think
back.
that, and I'll tell you, based on the remote viewings that I did a couple of days ago, I think that he was secretly meeting with Rod Rosenstein at Rod Rosenstein's home, and that they continued the work at someone's home rather than at the Justice Department, but the work continued. I think that the investigation continued. I think that these people were meeting in private homes and they continued the work unbeknownst to certain people at the Justice Department. That's, to be honest with you, that's what it looks like, clandestine
Wow.
meetings in people's homes. But yeah, let's do this.
So if they're meeting in other people's homes, what they're doing is making sure that nobody's hearing them. They're not being taped. That makes, I mean, that's what makes.
Yeah, I think that Mueller was meeting privately with people.
How's this?
All right.
Beautiful, baby. Absolutely gorgeous.
Good Lord, it's loud for me. Okay.
Okay, so are there
right.
going to be indictments? When are the indictments coming with Giuliani and everybody else?
Well, I definitely got a totally different reading here, but I like it. I like the way it went. So I even took the time to clarify. I'm going to go with this. All right, so we've got our self-confidence card. I know this is dark. This is the Eight of Cups. You know, you're walking away. You've got all your cups, everything. Right now, I think it's kind of like the way we're seeing it, but they are gathering the information. The Queen of Cups is in here. You know, of course, these cards are a little darker. It's Edgar Allan Poe deck, but so she's, you know, she's the queens are, you know, they know what they want. I don't know why I can't talk. All right, never mind. So this one's the Seven of Pentacles too. So this is what we've built. We're looking at what we've sown. The Knight of Cups is here. So this is an offer. This also, to me, is information coming in. Look at all the documents down here. So then we get over here towards the end. I've got the Four of Wands. So that's usually a celebration card. And just because I wanted to make sure, and because to me, I'm seeing yes. I'm seeing that it is going to be. You've got, now here's probably how they're feeling right now with the Five of Cups. You know, you've lost a lot, but the evidence, there's enough there. I've got the Ace of Pentacles and I get the Sun. So as far as I'm concerned, it looks like I think people are going to, whoops, wrong way. But I do think that people are going to get indicted because this is pretty big. Everything that they were doing with Ukraine and everything else, and they're breaking the law left and right. You can't do that. And I think that it's going to happen. So.
Wow.
I know, it's just kind of, I don't know.
Do you want me to go next? I'll go next.
Okay,
You
go
want
for
to
it.
go next? Or, basically, I think there's going to be indictments. I see up to 5 indictments within a month. You can see the foolish behavior, and then you can see an answer to the question indictments. I read Wands as months, Pentacles as weeks, Swords as years within 1 month.
Oh, nice.
You can see here prosecutor coming in because the feds are the hidden information, right? So Pentacles are the feds. So we've got the feds, FBI coming in. And here's the worst part for Giuliani and his friends. He's going to jail. They're going to jail. But, you know, you can if you read the cards the way I do, it's pretty easy to see the outcome. You can read them pretty easily here. You can see the foolish behavior, the FBI within 1 month, illegal. It's very easy to read.
Yep. I mean, I see the soldiers. I see the everybody working really, really, really hard at getting all of the information, putting their ducks in a row, getting it taken care of. They're going to unlock that so it's not, almost like they've been restricted. So they're going to unlock the restriction. And that's what the best part about that, because at first I got they were restricted, and then I got they are going to get unlocked. So I also got the two of Pentacles, where they are juggling all of the money and the situation because they have to still chase the money. Now, I also have the twin flames. Like they're both running together, twin flames. Like one gets indicted for that, they all get indicted for the same thing. One gets indicted for that, they all get because they were all playing the same game. That was a nice thing because I also got the Ace of Pentacles with the twin flame. So I think that they are all in it. They were all, and I also got the moon. So the fear, the delusion underneath all of that. So yeah, I got 2 to 6 months, but that doesn't mean like 1 month maybe they have it, they're indicted. Maybe 2 to 6 months they go to court. I don't know, but I got 2 to 6 months, maybe a completion. So,
wow. Thank you. Somebody wanted to know what deck you were using, Sheila.
Oh, I wish I knew.
First.
Yeah.
I wanted to know what that was too. I love that.
Let me see. I literally came across a yard sale one day.
Oh my.
And I guess her mother was in doing cards. And I picked this up and it came in a metal tin. Let me see if I kept the.
Must have been a senior deck. Must have been someone's senior deck.
It could have been, but it was in a metal tin, and this was the only thing that was in there, the information about where it came from and where it is.
Does it say chums or
Tarot for the what?
It says tarot for the soul and the love, and I can't read the cursive writing. Can you guys?
No, Tarot Eta. I think it looks like Tarot Eta.
Tarot Eta. So that's the best. That's the most information I have for this deck.
That is a very cool deck. I really like those images. Those are great for reading this.
I heard other people also have gotten this deck, so maybe somebody else who has gotten it can give them more information. But it literally came in this.
Okay.
MPC. So the deck just Googled Tarot deck MPC.
There you go.
MPC Tarot deck.
MPC Tarot deck. There you go.
Wow, we're having a rollicking good time here.
I know
we're blitzing away here. So the next the next question is coming from Bev Campbell. Hi, Bev, and thank you for sending a question. She writes, Elon Musk will appear on Saturday Night Live this Saturday since his latest Starship S915 landed perfectly. This past Wednesday, will his appearance be a win or a flop? He is coming in from a big celebration.
All right, will the appearance be a win or a flop?
Let's just do Elon Musk. Oh, thank you for that donation, Jackie. I appreciate that.
Oh, and I forgot to say hello to my Jackie, who is here. Hi, Jackie.
All right. Elon Musk. I like the hit when he talks about being concerned about clean water and clean air for young kids, and his concern about African-American children in poor neighborhoods not getting clean drinking water, like in Detroit. I do respect him for that. Putting his own money in to clean up because nobody else was doing it.
Well, that's nice when you have millions and millions and millions of dollars. It's
a lot
nice
of people with millions. Trump has. He didn't do that. Trump didn't do it. Nobody else did it.
Oh no, I'm talking. Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying for those who are generous. Actually, I'm going to go first. I got the Six of Pentacles, which is resources, knowledge, and power. So that does seem a little successful. He has manifested this moment. The manifestation of this moment is absolutely going to focus on the loss, but I also get regret, focus on the loss and the regret. But I also get the Eight of Cups, desire for more. So the people are going to desire for more. So it has a mixed bag, but he has manifested this moment. So I don't know if that helps or not.
Thank you for that donation, Trisha, and thank you for that donation, Carmela. Very appreciated.
Well, all right. So there's only one card that doesn't really fit in here, and that's this one. He must have had some disappointments in the past. It's in the past position. But then I get, I'm getting the King of Pentacles here, and I'm getting the King of Swords. So we got two kings here. He is doing very, very well, and I think we're talking the air. Whoops, this one. We're talking about the air right now. Yes, he's. It's one good thing that he has done is take care of the environment. And of course, I also look at the King of Pentacles that way is they're Earth. So, and I also have the Ace of Wands. So again, we're doing really good things. We're winning, and we have the Magician, my last card, and this is creativity and manifesting and building your dreams. So, yeah. Yeah, except for whatever's going on in the past.
I've done remote viewings on Elon Musk, and I like this guy. I'm not saying everything he does is right, but I like everybody on a remote view because I see them when they're vulnerable. I see them. And what I like about him is that I don't think this guy really, there's a purity in him. I know that people aren't going to believe this, but he's so absorbed in his world. I don't think he has any concept of prejudice in that normal people, quote unquote, in a normal prejudice society, right? He's very wrapped up in his own world to some extent. And the good part of that is that he's kind of like the absent professor. So he doesn't have prejudice because he's too absorbed in his own stuff to be indoctrinated by anybody else. So that's the positive about Elon Musk. The negative is that he's completely self-absorbed, right? Because of this. But you see new contracts doing really great. This is also a real estate card. It has to do with constructing something, a blueprint, strong foundation. You can see also the keeper of the hidden knowledge. I totally believe that they're going to create tourism and homes in space. I think that everything that they're saying they're going to manifest, they're going to manifest. And you can see here the academic, the intellectual, the scholar who seeks truth and knowledge. There's more to see. There's more to conquer. This is the soul of an explorer. And he always wanted to be an explorer, whether it was exploring in America or the endless space. This is the explorer's card, to go where no man has gone before. And so it is. That's basically Elon Musk. He'll do fine tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah.
Fantastic. I don't know about you guys, but the energy just dropped. Did anybody else just feel that?
Yeah. Oh, my eye's itching.
Well, what do you think, Sheila? Did you want to weigh in on Mr. Elon Musk?
Oh, I did already. I said that he manifested. He manifested that moment.
Yeah.
That he's going to get there for sure. And he knows about manifesting.
Oh, beautiful.
Yep.
Well, thank you, Lisa O'Donoghue. She donated $20 to the chat. And thank you, Catherine Bush, if I haven't thanked you already. And I've already thanked Carmela. All right. So, ladies, what do you think? Are we ready for another one?
Sure.
Yep, let's go do it.
All right. This one is coming from Todd B. Hi, Todd. Todd writes, is the GOP losing voters at faster rate than votes they are suppressing? Wow. Isn't that an interesting question?
Repeat that, please.
Is the GOP losing votes faster than they can suppress the votes? So they're trying to suppress the Democratic vote to make up for the loss of Republicans, because the Republicans are going down, 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 and their only way to save themselves is to keep Democrats from voting. So that's the question. Will they be successful in suppress? I don't think so.
Well, here's the thing: is once they do what they do to Liz Cheney, there's a lot of people who like her.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like they cut their nose off in spite of their face.
Yep.
That's what they do constantly.
Yeah.
Did you hear Jim Jordan when he was talking about, yeah, Liz Cheney's got to go and she's got to be on board. We got to support because Trump is our leader, and if you don't support our leader, then yeah, you got to go. And I was like, wow, how is it this Trump is still your leader?
That's true.
All right, the future of the GOP.
Mine doesn't look so good for them. The whole thing. All right. I'm going to go. I got the King of Swords here. We got truth coming in, information. So all this stuff that they're trying to do, it's going to come down. I've got the Eight of Cups and self-confidence. This is what this means to me. So again, they're walking away. There's a lot of people that are probably going to leave because of all the shenanigans. The Three of Wands is out here. So this is my obstacle card. So this is like, this guy wants to, I always say this, but that's how I see it. He wants to get to the other side, but can't. He needs a boat. So they're going to be left without, they're in boats without any oars, basically is the way I see them. The King of Cups is here. So, he's trustworthy or whatever. So I feel like the GOP is not acting that way. We're going to be looking towards people that are more trustworthy and we can count on and believe it. And then at the very end for them, I'm getting the Tower. So this is going to be happening soon. And I think they're going to lose a lot of people on the rolls. And they lost me, and I was there for 32 years. But I don't believe in this stuff that they're doing. So people will leave, and it will crash. So
wow.
That's how I see it.
Wow. I actually got the love of their party, right? You gotta be there. I also got the Three of Wands as opportunity. Be prepared to receive. When you come over to our side, you get rich, you get money, and we've got the talent to do that. However, right now we're poor.
Yeah.
They are losing money left and right, meaning that people are leaving that party constantly, and not only are they leaving it, they're also leaving with their money. And this is the Seven of Pentacles, that long-term investment in results, because they're fools. They're literally, this is like a new beginning, this, that, and the other. When new beginning, it can relate to all of it. They're fools. They've got to start again. They have to split from Trump. They have to, get over this idea that he's going to bring them victory. I think a lot of it has to do with revenge, right? We complained so much about Trump that they are in the revenge mode, that they want him back just to punch us in the face. I really do believe this is where they come from.
Yeah, but he's not coming back.
No, he's not. There's no way. There's no way he's coming back. I've never felt it. No, he's not.
I keep seeing the FBI, like hidden queen, like the actual bureau of the FBI is the Queen of Pentacles, because I always think of the FBI as female. I always think of G-Men as the King of Pentacles, but it's somebody's going to be victorious, but it isn't the GOP.
Nope.
I mean, like I said, these cards are so easy to read. They're in legal trouble. The NRA is being linked to foreign money. I mean, man, this is all FBI stuff. So I don't know.
So there was a couple of requests in the chat as I saw through. They want us to read on Jim Jordan, his fate, and also because of Mitch McConnell saying what he said. Like, I'm 100% on board of blocking everything they do, and then him trying to retract that. See what happens with that. See how the Republicans see them too.
Well, this is about the leaked memo, whether it was between Giuliani and Barr or some other member of Trump's defense team. He basically said in the memo that no matter what Mueller comes up with, you're going to be not guilty. So it's like the chicken's coming home to roost. Everything is blowing up now. Everything is blowing up.
Yeah.
That may have been the expression of long faces when Trump lost. Maybe that was the expression. Like, oh no, we're going to be in trouble.
Man, I was outside. I popped a bottle of champagne out on my deck right after that happened. I was so happy. I couldn't. Oh my god!
I got the leak that they opened up champagne at 3:30 in the afternoon on Tuesday in Philadelphia because they had pre-counted. They had confirmed that the votes were in because they had traced the votes. So that's why I was really, really calm. And everybody was freaking out, but somebody had leaked me the film footage. So I was just like, man, I'm going to go play in my garden. People were like melting. Oh my God, Trump won. It's like a couple of my friends called me. I'm like, okay, I'm going to send you the film footage. And I'm going to send you the leak from what happened in Philadelphia. And then they're like, oh, I'm going to tell my husband. Okay, thanks. But it was like 3 days, but the Democrats couldn't do that legally. They had to sit back, the strategists, and wait for the votes to be counted. But people were having meltdowns. People were.
Oh, I know. On my channel, I kept on telling them, I says, believe in the process. I said, I stand by my reading. I was like, I stand by it. That has not changed. But they're like, yeah. And it was like the fluctuation of subscribers. You would lose like 50 of them at a time. Then they would gain them back up because everything looks good. Then you look like,
boy, talk about being organized in Pennsylvania, man. They got them in early. They confirmed, and they were like, by 3:30, we won the presidency. They knew by 3:30 on Tuesday that they had won.
They did.
That's the state I was born in. Go Pennsylvania.
Then after he found out, he and Jill thanked everybody. Somebody opened up some champagne, and then they went to Delaware. But it was just like, oh my God.
Do you remember
for every vote to be legally counted was just.
Do you remember all the celebrations in the streets that day?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was wonderful.
So awesome. So, what is the question about Jim? If Jim Jordan's going down, or what's?
So let's see how the Republicans are seeing Jim Jordan.
Okay, well, I'm going to use my hillbilly deck that I got for when I would read on the Trump stores. So he deserves to have this deck. Sorry, guys. There is one card in here, and if it comes up, please don't be upset. It is a Confederate flag. So I don't even want to say the word, but it is in the card. So
it's a devil card.
Well, yeah, no, it's like
devil card.
Here's Burt Reynolds. Here's the king of racing, Pentacles.
Oh gosh,
Burt Reynolds, he was funny.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to try and read on that and see what happens.
Hillbilly deck.
So wait. So is Jim Jordan going to go down? Is that the question? Mm-hmm. Okay, got it.
Well, what do the Republicans? How do they really perceive him? Because he thinks he's out there holding the fort down with Republican thinking and the Republican actions. Because the first thing he says, our constituents, the people want to know, the people want this to happen. I'm like, Jim, are you really talking to your people? I'm not sure.
What I see for Jim Jordan is that he's a rebel without a clue. I keep thinking of into the great wide. We gotta fight. We gotta fight. Gotta fight. Meanwhile, what are people doing in DC? They're working, law and business. We gotta fight. He's completely living in the clouds. Into the great, like this is the moon. He's like spinning out. Fight. Nobody wants to join the fight.
Yeah, he's like in battle constantly. He has to fight anything and everything. He has to spin it and make sure that that he really is touched because he really does believe what he's saying.
Yeah.
Oh, did you hear what Marie Henson said? Hi, Marie. Good to see you here. She was talking about George Clooney is making a documentary on the Ohio college abuse that Jordan basically, what a sick puppy he is.
Good. Somebody needs to get in there and really put that out there so that he can stop thinking that he's all that and a bag of Cheetos with 45.
Yeah.
All right, so Jim Jordan doesn't look very good, but let me see what the Republicans.
Okay, we already did the future of the Republican Party.
We did
federal indictments.
Well, for Jim Jordan, I get the luxury card here. Let me hit this really fast because these are funny. All right, so we got he thinks he's all sitting up there, sitting pretty. I don't know. This is how think he sees himself. Got the mastery. I think they think he's mastered the craziness because he doesn't have any common sense. Yeah, the spirit of self-sufficiency. Well, he's going to need this tape and this hanger because all the crazy stuff that he's doing right now just doesn't make any sense. He's pretty much the old coon hunter over here, which is our knight of swords, you know, but he's over here with what are these? Not donkeys, but what are they called? The other ones.
Mules.
The mules. Yeah. So he's not going very fast there with what he's doing, but he's just all out there for his own pleasure. So I don't think that they think too much of him either. So that's my
Well, that hillbilly deck is actually not complimentary to hillbillies. I don't think.
That was not. But no, I know some people that are actual, but they're nice people. So
I actually was thinking about how ingenious it is to be a poor hillbilly because I love the music, but I couldn't find my pick because I'm learning to play the guitar. And I remember somebody who was a bit of a hillbilly saying to me once, "Why are you buying picks when you can just use the pick from the bread? Because you know how you take the thing off from the bread? That's a pick. So you don't have to spend money on picks. So it is true that the showing the duct tape and everything.
Yeah.
But I always thought of that as something positive, you know.
Yeah. Hillbilly engineering.
To be frugal, it's a good thing.
It is a good thing, you know, and I don't mean to really, I'm not trying to knock on it. I do actually have ancestors from Kentucky, and they were not well off, and I found out about them, so I kind of like.
Yeah, making music with two spoons.
I'm gonna put it away.
You know, like hitting the spoons and using the bread thing as a.
She's brilliant. I watch her, the spoon lady.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she's good.
Yeah, I really respect people, the genius and the will to live and create art, even with such incredible adversity. So I actually admire it. But that deck is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we ready for another question? Are we ready to move on to celebrity hot topics?
Sure, let's do that.
All right, this question comes from Laura Wright. Hi, Laura. Laura writes, Bill and Melinda Gates, what happened? Did Bill cheat? Will Melinda come into her own power?
Well, I mean, to be honest, out in the open, or how you read the tabloids or whatever, it sounds like he had a girlfriend, or his ex-girlfriend, that his wife knew about, and they went on secret vacations. He went on secret vacations with this girl, and she knew about it, and everything was out in the open. So that's what the tabloids say. That's what the newses are saying, that they just got exhausted and that they were done. But just to put that out there.
Wow. Let's take a look. Bill and Melinda Gates.
I literally just got a picture of them saying to each other, wow, it's been like 17 years since we've slept together.
Oh my gosh.
So it's, you know, why are we here? What are we doing?
Yes, I know everyone's in there talking about hillbillies. I actually do have ancestors, great grandparents stuff from Kentucky, and it's where my dad's family, he was adopted, were from. And I've looked back at their stories because I do the tree, and they did make do, and it was tough, and you know, so I don't have anything against it. It's just a card deck.
Yeah, I think sometimes we have to be able to laugh at ourselves.
Yeah, but I just want to make sure people don't think that. So.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and go because this was really interesting from what I was reading before. The judgment, the pause and renewal. The pause and the renewal. Then the Three of Cups. Three's a crowd. Three's a crowd in a relationship. I've been silenced about it for quite some time. I now have a new relationship and I want to pursue that. So we're going to have to get divorced because dude over here is not okay with me being married. That's what I got.
Well, do you want me to go or do you want to go, Sheila?
You go ahead.
Okay, so I do think that they were fighting. I think that there were problems. I don't think she was completely okay with what was going on. You can see Knight of Swords, which has a violent aspect. So this is anger. This is a card that denotes anger. So there was anger there. There was an I think that they're on the same page in terms of their ethics and values. But this is a relationship of that had quite a bit of anger and defensiveness in it as well, because you can see the Seven of Wands. So this is how you appear publicly with someone versus privately. And they were fighting specifically about another lover that he had taken. So, she knew about it and there was nothing she could do about it. So what can she do about it? She can get pissed off and divorce him. And so that's pretty much what happened. I don't think she was totally okay with it. Not with those cards.
Yeah. All right. Well, here's the Queen of Cups. And to me, this is Melinda Gates. This is pretty much her. So I more or less have a people kind of reading here. So here's Temperance. And you look at this Temperance. I feel like this is probably the other woman in this case. I mean, it's just kind of, and Six of Pentacles, of course, they're the Gateses and their house has been happy for a long time, but it's not anymore. And you have the Eight of Cups over here again. I keep getting this card today. So there's that self-confidence walking away. We've had, our fill for a long time, the relationship, the marriage, but now it's time to move on, and new messages and information or relationships are coming in with the Page of Cups. So I think that it's definitely, because there's too many people. It's kind of like, to me, like the two ladies and the guy over here. So
that's like got three's a crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's more people trying to do that. All right, so what we got next?
The last question is about Josh Jugar. And if we could talk about details regarding his arrest and his release, I guess. He has 6 children. Is that correct?
So can you give a little bit of a backstory of who he is and where he comes from, maybe?
Yeah, he's one of a family of, I think, 19 children. They had their own TV show, and he's one of 6. They're an evangelical Christian family that doesn't believe in birth control.
I think it's Duggar is how they say it.
Duggar?
Duggar.
Well, so Josh, he was arrested because he was in possession of child pornography. He'd also it had escalated to the point where he's actually touched children. But supposedly, from what the police had confiscated, one of the victims was 18 months old. But he has been released, and this is this is why I really strongly encourage people not to forgive. The anger is there for a reason, and it should motivate us to be called for justice. I mean, that's the Queen of Wands. That anger is there to be a constructive force to make the world a better place. And when you hear these horror stories that here's a man that had assaulted the genitalia of multiple children,
I can't
being released, where he can go and assault the genitalia of more children, and he's got 6 kids at home. This is why we're angry. Does everybody get that?
Yeah, we're angry, and I don't think that has much to do about forgiveness. I think that has to do with motivation. It's like you harness that energy you would get from anger, place it in another position where you can do something about
Absolutely.
it. Give yourself power.
And then the healing can happen.
Yes.
But to suppress it and put it under the rug and let the monsters get bigger, or worse still, what some people do, blame the victim and say it's karma from a previous life or other nonsense. None of that is going to make the world a better place.
No.
So unfortunately, the judge is obviously an idiot and doesn't understand that these people unfortunately, they don't get better.
Wasn't he connected with somebody in politically? Because I remember seeing on YouTube, something like that, him taking pictures with somebody in the Republican Party. Who was that? Does anybody remember who it was? He was taking pictures with. He was being seen taking pictures with a Republican Party.
No, I haven't heard that.
Let's go ahead and see what his future is going to be like. I am so disgusted by this whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh. Makes you wonder why his father had set all those children.
think Lori was saying that was it Matt Gaetz he took a picture with? Is that I remember it. I remember him taking a picture with somebody in the Republican Party. Was it Matt Gaetz?
Another winner.
Shocker.
Oh gosh.
Well, FBI, feds, the feds are always monitoring online pornography, child pornography. That falls under the lines of the FBI. And, you know, the fact that the reading starts with the FBI card, what do you think the FBI was researching? Exploitation of who? Here's a child.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the police raid on the house. These are the feds. I think his life is over, man. There's no way he's going to come back from this.
No, and I remember the show a long time ago when they were first on. They were going for a couple of seasons, and all of a sudden, as a teenager, he was being called out for messing with one of his sisters. So, and then they took him off of the show. They thought that show could go on. They kind of went to other brothers and sisters, and they were trying to make it work. But I don't even know if it's still on or not. So this is not his first rodeo, and this is not their first rodeo with this guy. I see this. He's all tied up. This is his psychosis. This is his 9 of Swords. This is who he is. This is what he does. He tries to place fear in his victims, and he tries to really make sure that he can, he can really get in there and do what he needs to do. But there's something weird. Stars and the Hangman. He can place high names. He can place high names with whatever he was doing because he can hang other people. And that's where he's going to get a plea deal of some sort. Not enough to keep him out of prison because I do see him in prison as well because I also got the communication and the travel. And so I really do. The Hermit is also one of my cards that I have for prison. It's like you get taken away, you get to live a hermit life. Mm-hmm. But I think we're going to hear some name dropping from him, either from like producers or people from the show. He was hooked up while the show was going on, and I think that's going to come out.
Okay.
Or they were hooked up. What did you get, Sheila?
All right. Well, I'm using the 5-cent tarot, so this one's got unpredictable, aimless, impulsive, and this is the Knight of Swords here. So it's just kind of like, he's not thinking and hasn't been for a long time about his actions. Even though we've got this 6 of matches, which is 6 of wands over here. So he's been very successful for a while. These are in the past here. Then I have the Ace of Cups reversed. And of course, I like the meetings on these. These are kind of great. This is change of heart and self-love. So he's been focusing on himself, not thinking he's going to get busted. But here's the Hierophant. And the key word up here is morality. So that's catching up with him. I've got the 9 of matches. Now, I don't want to look at this one. I know this one says resilience in here. But to me, this feels like the 9 of Swords and the 9 of all those. It feels like bars. Is how I'm seeing this too, like bars holding you in. So I do think he's going to also be in jail. I think that is his future. He was doing well for a long time, but caught up with him. Hope so.
I hope so too. All right. So what we got? Is that? Oh yeah, Duggar was the last one. All right. So here we go. I think we're down to our last question for the. Did you read that, Sheila? In the email,
yes, I
the
did.
last question. Okay, good.
I did.
I forgot to show you to go all the way down.
Yeah.
All right. So the last question for the day is, what do people judge you about that they're always wrong? Whoever wants to go first, go for it.
I think I'll go first on that. I think that a lot. I think because for a long time, well, I'll be. How honest do you want me to be? Because
it's your exposure.
okay, maybe it can help other people. So I'll be completely honest, because in the hopes that it'll help other people. But I have complex post-traumatic stress disorder, and even doing everything I'm supposed to do, till you take your medicine, you do your meditation, you go to the therapist, et cetera, you can often be misunderstood, because if I'm having a panic attack, like people with PTSD will often have anger, or we're dealing with a lot, and so I think a lot of times people will misunderstand me, or they'll think that I'm bitchy or egotistical or something like that, and they don't understand that somebody with complex post-traumatic stress disorder is carrying a very heavy weight, and they're doing the best they can to be nice to the outside world. So sometimes that can lead to misunderstandings between myself and other people, and yeah. Like if I have a panic attack or an anxiety attack, if I'm in a public environment or something like that. So, yeah.
I agree with that. And I'm going to say a little bit about that, because most children do have this. And I agree with that. That's where our empathic and our compassion comes as a human being, as a society at whole. What's that one saying? You have no idea what that person has been through. You're only watching them through one moment. How can you judge one moment of that person's life? Maybe give them the compassion, because that's what they need the most in that moment where they're freaking out or whatever. And this is where we have to become emotionally intelligent with the people at society at large. I completely agree that is misunderstood the most. So yeah.
Wow. Thank you. Well put.
You're welcome. So Sheila, what do you got?
Okay. Well, I think people sometimes I think when I'm talking about something that I'm really passionate about, I think people misunderstand and think that I'm mad. And it always happens. And I could be having a conversation and, I get kind of intense, but it's just passion. It's not me being mad, and I'm not fighting with anybody. And I think it confuses people. So
I have the same problem. All of a sudden, when I get something that I'm focused in on, I'm really passionate about, I'm like, da, 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 blah, 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 and they're like, whoa. I'm like, how did you turn this around and make this personable about you? I'm just telling you something.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so mine has a lot to do with this. I have Gemini in me. I have Gemini in all of my planets, and people think that just because I can't remember something, or I haven't paid enough close enough to the details about a subject, they automatically think that I'm an idiot. Nothing frustrates me more than to have somebody, because of those type of things or whatever, all of a sudden they make a judgment. Oh, she must be stupid or something like that.
Well, didn't you say last week that this is something I didn't know about you, but you said I have dyslexia?
Yes.
And you had never shared that with the audience before. And so if somebody doesn't know you have dyslexia, well, why didn't you read that, Sheila? Are you stupid? Well, to say, no, I will get it on audio, or because I suffer from a medical condition called dyslexia. Correct. So again, it's about judging people not knowing.
And not knowing, correct. I have always been, and I don't know if it's just with my sign. I mean, I literally have 5 air signs and 1 fire sign in my thing. This is where I've just learned how I'm always in the clouds. But I also have to do a lot to get myself back down and grounded and pick up details and be here on this earth. This has been my problem for a while. But I'm not going to brag about it or anything like that. But I am intelligent.
Sure.
And I know that I am intelligent. And I also sit back and go, how dare you judge me on those type of things and automatically think that I am not? Because I have people have a comment a long time ago, says, Sheila, if you don't know enough about a subject, it only makes you look stupid. And I just go, wow, is that all you got out of that? Right? But that has been one of my biggest things, the biggest judgment somebody would make about me, and that they are dead wrong. And I just wanted, that was one of the first things when I was thinking about that question to clarify. I know with Whimsy comes across sometimes. I get comments like she's taken over or something like that. I'm like, you guys don't understand. If you just watch Whimsy for a while, you will understand her compassionate, loving, beautiful person that she is. And
But I'm
I
also
don't
a bossy Aries. Let's just be.
correct. That's what I was going to bring up.
But Sheila, did I not? But as annoying as I was, you're my friend. Did I not have your best intentions at heart when we started this
Always,
relationship?
always.
Are you
That is the
better?
truth.
Are you better off for having known me?
Absolutely. I'm
There's
not, and that's no, absolutely. She is my grounding rod. And she really truly is, and she has brought me back down. I value everything about Whimsy. There's things about me. I'm sure that a Gemini gets on people's nerves. You hear that all the time. A Gemini, they'll just get on your nerves, and I understand that. But it's that respect and that dignity and everything that we co-create, and we're co-creating together. And I always say, pay attention to that, right?
Well, I really like what you just said, Sheila, and I thank you for what you gave us today. Which is that we can sit around and we can cut each other down. Well, Sheila has this challenge, Whimsy has that challenge, Sheila has this challenge because of ABC, or we can help each other. It's like
Right.
how we treat the homeless in America, running away and, oh my God, I got to get out of this neighborhood. There's too many homeless. Or you could turn around and say, hi, buddy, what do you need? You've
Yep.
been traumatized. Most homeless people are not going to hurt you. They just need some help, compassionate help. If you got an extra turkey sandwich in your bag, give it to them. I mean, it's like it's not 9 times out of 10, nothing spooky is going to happen to you if you show a little bit of compassion to somebody who's suffering from trauma or whatever.
I
We're in
agree.
this together.
I agree. I know that when I come across homeless people, the one thing that I've done, especially when I go get a coffee, I go get another coffee and I go out into the street and I look them in the eye and I says, I see you, you exist for me. And I'm telling you, it's like the words out of life for them because they feel like they don't exist. And I see the grin, I see the enlightenment for just a moment for them. But I look at them and I says, I see you and you exist for me. And that's important. And that's important for my friends. It's important for my children. It's important for all of them to literally be that person. Say, you know what? I see you. You exist for me.
Amen.
So, hey, Sheila, I know you were quiet. So I'll let you. Is there anything?
No, I totally agree with that. And I try to do that, around here. And I live in a very, I don't know, well-off county in my state, and when I do see people, and I try to help, and during the pandemic, I shop in the dollar store because I like to, but I went in there and there was a lady who just, her mask was barely on and everything, and I went out to my car, and this was the most recent thing that happened, and her van was parked next to mine, and I noticed there was just all this bags and everything in there, and I thought, oh my God, that's hers. She's living in there. I didn't go back in, but I took some money out of my wallet and I kind of stuck it in the front door, and I waited somewhere else just to make sure that she got it, because I just felt so badly for her, and I kind of wish I'd left her some masks too, because I didn't do that. But I don't know if I ever see her again. So I try to do something. I give when I can. I see people in trouble, and I always try. And even days when I didn't have a lot of money, I always tried to give. As my grandmother always said, if I have it, I should give it. So,
yes. Yeah. I absolutely. And a lot of times, a lot of people, they just want acknowledgement for being there. So that's free to give as well if you don't have any money to give.
Absolutely.
But I appreciate you all being here, and I absolutely adore the fact that we have this platform, that we can get up and talk about this, and that we can also challenge anybody in the chat to come up with their own ideas. What do people usually get wrong about you? That is not true. I don't have to follow those that say bad things about me, because I know that it's not true, right? There's no way they could have enough information about me to even judge me about anything, really, But anyways, I thank everybody. Thank you, Whimsy. You got any last words?
I just I had a lovely time today, and I thank Sheila.
Yes.
Can we Sheila's channel? Can we again remind people what the channel is?
It's Inquisitive Tarot-Sheila.
Oh, lovely. Inquisitive Tarot-Sheila. Awesome.
Yeah, because you ask questions with the cards, so I don't know.
Inquisitive. I love it. I used to call her something else. It was my dyslexia. She'd come in my chat and I'd call her something else.
Intuitive. That's
so
okay.
I was like, what is that?
That's all right.
So, all right. I hope everybody has a wonderful Friday. And thank you very much. Everybody smile. Bye, Jackie. I love you, Jackie. I just let everyone know that. Everybody should have a Jackie, but you can't have mine.
Bye, everyone. We love you.
Bye.
Next week.